Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with another power rankings video. This one's gonna be the last one for the month of May. So at the end of the video, we're gonna tell you who the best deck was for the entire month. But right now, we're gonna start off with just for this week. Joining me always is Kamell. How are you doing?
What's up, man? I am doing great, and May was a crazy month, so it'll be good to recap what happened.
All right, and hang out with us while we do this is EheroXGP. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right, and for anybody that might be new to this series and wondering what we're doing here, each week we see how decks perform in tournaments, and then we score them, and then we rank them. So if a deck finishes in first place, we give it 6 points. If it finishes in second place, it's 4 points. If it's a top four finish, it's 2 points, and if it's a top eight finish, it gets a single point. And then we track specific tourneys every week. We want to have some kind of rounds of Swiss into a top cut. And the tournaments that met that criteria this week were Battle Face Monday and Friday, the Pharaoh's Cash Tournament, the God Meta Weekly, and then two newcomers, the Battle Series and the Evil Master Cup. Okay. This week we do not have the Meta Weekly in here because they changed their format.
Yeah, Meta Weekly format no longer complies with the power rankings format, so until it changes, it won't be on the list.
And without further ado, drum roll please. Brrr, ding. Here you go on the screen. First place, what a surprise. Tied with Dark Magician, but as we get into the breakdown, you'll see Shiranui had better tournament performance overall, so we're going to give it first place this month. We also had a tie between Heroes and Neos Heroes, and you'll see that the regular Heroes did perform a little bit better. So,
Yeah, so right into first place. We say it every week. Shiranui, man. Another week of Shiranui on top of the power rankings. Now, Shiranui did get some new support in the new mini box that came out, Flames of the Heart.
mhm.
Now, I didn't see too many people using the new cards for Shiranui. I'm pretty sure people have just not changed what they were doing with Shiranui at all,
No, why would
and
you?
they're just still clapping extremely hard.
Yep.
So yeah, man, Shiranui just the format it just is so good for them. People have been playing Dark Magician less. I've been seeing more other decks like Neos and more Crystons around. So Shiranui are still maintaining their dominance since Dark Magician, who had a very good matchup against them, is not overwhelmingly played the most anymore. So yeah,
Yeah, we
no
just got
surprise
done
for
doing
Shiranui.
our tag team tournament today, and I saw a
Trilinks.
yeah, Trilinks, new branding. Yeah, we saw a lot more Shiranui than we saw Dark Magician by far today.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Still the workhorse of Duel Links. Everyone has it and everyone can play it.
Yep, too
It's
easy to
not
get.
yeah, it's not an expensive deck. Yes, the optimal back row is hard to get, but getting the main core of the deck is simple and you can shove any back row you want in it and it'll function.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely. If you're a new player, want an easy to access top tier deck, Shiranui, definitely the course of action.
And as we go down the list here, you're gonna see that first, second, third, and fourth are actually the exact same as last week.
Oh,
So going
really?
into second
Wow.
place, Dark
Dark
Magician.
Magician. Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, Dark Magician. I actually didn't see Dark Magician in the tournaments that I was watching too much this week. However, it does seem that they did win the battle series, so good job
Yep.
there. But yeah, Dark Magician, they have been faltering lately because their strategy is very cookie cutter, right? It's very linear. You do this, then that. And a lot of hero players have been popping up. And heroes, if you're playing a build with Stratos, has a good matchup against Dark Magician. So I think that's why in some of these other tournaments where heroes won, you see Dark Magician did not do so hot in. Well, we'll cover those later, but Dark Magician's picking up a lot of top fours as well as a tournament wins. So not many runner-ups you can see where the heroes clapped them up there.
Yeah, I mean,
So what I'm hearing is that they need more support.
no,
Even
no, that's the
more?
last thing that you get it out
God.
of here. Well, with Dark Magician, like you're saying, it's a very linear deck. Sometimes I think the only decision that needs to be made is do you bring out Kaiku or like Black Witch of the Forest or something like that? You know, like what do you bring out besides your one Dark Magician?
Right, yeah, and just because of its linear strategy, it's very easy to disrupt
Hmm.
with a deck like Heroes. You know, all it takes is for you to use your Stratos to proc some non-targeting destruction, then mass change to bounce some back row back with Mass Zero Blast. A combo like that easily disrupts Dark Magician, makes their entire strategy useless just with one card.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, here's the one that I don't know. Here we go again. Crystron's in third place. Best deck in the game. Tier 1. Can't be beat. Invincible deck.
Right? Last week we did say Crystron's were the first place in that group of decks that were not overwhelmingly readily available. But look at this. The playing field is a lot more even this week. Crystron's only 2 points behind first place, and what's separating them there is a tournament win. Crystron's got runner-up in the PCT, but did not secure a tournament top. They had 7 tops, so yeah, I think this week was pretty well-rounded.
I think we're going to see
for tournaments. Look at it.
When we get to the monthly summer, you're going to see Crystron's. Don't even get him out of here. What are you talking about? Best deck in the game? Come on,
Oh boy,
get him out of here.
Now, Circus, didn't they lose early today to Blue Eyes?
I don't know. You called a Crystron game or two today, didn't you?
3 or 4.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And I think one of them, at least one round, they lost to Blue Eyes. So
right now, Crystron's are still very much a part of the tournament ecosystem. So just like Shiranui and Dark Magician, you do have to account for Crystron's. They may even be tougher for you to beat than Shiranui and Dark Magician, depending on who is piloting them. So,
well, okay, like
Crystron,
you got to go to the store, right? It's a block down the street. Shiranui's like, I'm going to summon a 4 and a 3 and take 1 block down the road and get to the store. Crystron's like, oh, I'm going to walk 3 miles, take a left, take a right, go over the mountain, through the woods, over to grandma's house, and then go to the store. I'm big brain. It's like, come on. You still end up at the same fucking place. Come on now.
Gosh. Well, we'll have to see, man. As it's just gonna end up being who adapts the best. You know, sure, Crystron's have been coming up on these other decks that have been doing overwhelmingly better in the past couple of weeks, but this time, Crystron's are not far behind those decks. So we'll have to see in the coming weeks. June is a whole new month, man.
Yeah.
So after Crystron's, we have Invoked Element Saber at 12 points, number 4.
Yep.
And this did pick up a tournament win and 2 other tops. So that tournament win definitely in the God tournament. Getting E-Saber some much needed points. Only 2 other tops. Without that win, E-Sabers, man, where are they going?
They're just not around anymore.
They're still, but the thing is, E-Sabers are still such a big part of every tournament full breakdown. They are just not topping.
Right.
That's what's happening. They're definitely getting scrubbed out in top 32, things like that.
Well, they're getting to that point that we see a lot of decks get when, you know, they're the top deck and then they get nerfed. They're kind of a mid-range deck. Maybe they get nerfed again. They get into this phase where they're just a control deck. Remember what Dark Lords were like after they've been nerfed a few times? It just becomes like a control deck. They play a slow game. It's just like they're clawing and hanging on. Just don't let me go. Don't kick me out of the meta, please. And that's where E-Sabers is right now.
Yeah, E-Sabers definitely falling off. Those side deck options that E-Sabers now have no way to play around are definitely taking their toll on them in the tournament scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, E-Sabers gonna have to find a better way to deal with that. And now we have a little bit of a controversy. Let us know in the comments how you guys want us to handle this. But heroes have been divided into 3 different subsections. We've got Heroes, we've got Neos Heroes, and we've got Invoked Neos. So leading the charge for Heroes this week, correct me if I'm wrong, Circus, is going to be Neos Heroes.
Correct, yeah.
Due to their tournament performance over the amount of tops they had. Right. Neos Heroes got a win in Battle Phase Friday, and they got 2nd place in Battle Phase Monday. If you don't remember, that was the Hero Civil War Age of Neos. And then Neos Heroes won on Battle Phase Friday.
By a technicality, pretty much, or like by a complete crazy misplay, right? Did you see it?
I didn't see the final duel.
he Molihued
Okay,
the
that's what it
Koga
was.
face down, and then
That's
attacked
what it was, yeah.
into it, thinking that his 19 would kill it. But then in the damage step, he used Koga and reduced the
Right.
Molihu to 0 attack.
Yeah.
No,
It was
you hate to see
gross.
it.
Yeah.
Neo's Heroes, though, the deck is very powerful, dude. Mass Hero Koga, the new cards, the deck is strong, and I wanted to see perform in tournaments, and the deck it's built to survive in the tournament scene, which I'm glad. You know, this version specifically, the Neos Heroes version, revolves around Neos, Brave Neos, and Mass Hero Koga, and the equip spell Favorite Hero, in order to establish a very powerful non-targetable monster.
Well, the one on Friday, he did not play my favorite hero card. He played Levianeer.
Yes, yes. Okay, so
Yeah,
that was
that's a
the
little
difference.
spicy. Yeah, but most of them
Yeah,
do play my
Yeah.
favorite hero. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the hero decks end up being really flexible because of Neos's ability to put anything in the graveyard.
Yeah, that deck actually on Battlefield Friday was very spicy. Go check it out. We'll put a link in the description. He was also playing Glowmoss in that deck. That deck was pretty nuts.
Glow Neos was clutch.
Yeah, he did it a couple times, but yeah, Neos definitely makes for a very strong deck. The boss monsters that this deck has access to are pretty insane. This guy, just for one tech he played, Levianeer, but favorite hero is also extremely powerful on a card like Mass Hero Koga with a damage step effect the heroes did not have before that adds a whole nother level of play to them. So I'm glad to see this deck doing well, man. I was excited to see where it would place, and uh, number 4 on the power rankings in its first week is not bad. I mean, number 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 5. Yep. All right, and then the next one would be heroes. This is the more, I guess, traditional build.
Right, yeah, so this
Vision
is
Heroes.
Masked Heroes. Yeah, this
Okay.
is, Visions, Masked Heroes. And this one, Battle Phase Monday, Shiny Sophion won the Hero Civil War with the more traditional heroes, but with form change so that you can utilize one Masked Hero Koga.
Yeah.
And these decks performed the same amount this week, just like last week. They also performed exactly the same points wise. So I'm waiting for a breakout week, man. I want to see which hero deck is better.
Well, we'll find out because there's 3 of them, and
There's 3 of them. Yeah.
we'll see. I think obviously the other one, the Neos Heroes, just has a more explosive angle to it, where this version seems a little bit more methodical. I mean, it
Right.
can explode with the Ankis and stuff, but it just seems like it takes a little bit more to set up, maybe.
Yeah, you definitely have to grind, and the setup for the Mass Hero deck is a lot more intricate, right? You don't just get your boss monster right away. You have to go through a combo, and if your combo is interrupted, then you can be in trouble.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you're playing Mass Heroes.
Exactly. The deck after this, to me, kind of irrelevant. I almost want to skip it so we can get to the next hero deck. But Black Wings, 7th place.
Blackwings, yeah, 9 points, 5 tops, just could not secure a win this week. Unfortunate. We'll see you next week, Blackwings.
Yeah, get out of here. No one likes you. And then the one I do want to get to is Invoke Neos. It just won the PCT.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Invoke Neos. This is actually not a new way to play Neos. This is an old build that just secured a tournament win, I suppose, but it utilizes Alistair the Invoker along with Volcanic Shell being sent to the graveyard with Neos Fusion to turbo out Invoked Purgatrio. So this is a known way to play Neos. I guess some people are just bringing it back for the
Right.
time being. So,
Well,
yeah.
and then technically we don't score Tri-Links into this, but didn't this get the kill shot in Tri-Links today, right? In the finals?
This deck did win Tri-Links. It was one of the winning decks it was on the winning team, I should say.
Yeah, I think
for
it was the
Tri-Links.
last duel too, so we can say it won it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Not too bad at all. So, going through all this, we went through all the stuff from the past month. Basically, we're going to give you the rundown of who the number 1 deck was for the month. I mean, it's probably not that hard to guess. But basically, the criteria was you had to finish first, second, or third in a previous power rankings to score points in this, and then I just took your point totals and then added them up. So we do have a top 5 list, and we can show that.
Okay.
And the top 5 list is, another drum roll, please. Ding. What a surprise. Shiranui in first place with 66 points. Dark Magician, let's face it, not even that close. Followed by Heroes, which is the traditional one, the Masked Heroes or whatever. And then Crystron's best deck in the game, Tier 1, 24 points, not even close to Shiranui, a full 42 points behind.
Wow.
And then Blue Eyes.
Yeah,
It's closer to Blue Eyes than it is to Shiranui.
Well, you could definitely see, right? Shiranui, I think since we have started doing the power rankings, Shiranui have always been relevant, but definitely throughout the month of May, Shiranui have never faltered, only not getting that top spot when Heroes were running rampant during their little 2-week spree where they were first place twice in a row in the power rankings. Dark Magician, of course, is just the next most consistent deck behind Shiranui and probably the second most played. Both decks had power spikes in which they were the most played deck and the best performing. So no surprise to me there that their numbers are through the roof.
Yeah, I don't see Shiranui outside the top 3. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, Shiranui. If you had Shiranui, you had a good chance of winning a tournament or placing very well in it. So best performing deck in the game. So when I read the words Tier 1, gonna win most of the tournaments, gonna be in the tops, gonna win. Where's Shiranui? I don't know. Tier 8? Where's it at?
It should be Tier 2, but I don't know about
Tier 1, right?
It should be Tier 1. I gotta say, Shiranui are just
Crystron's Tier 1. This should be Tier not at all.
Shiranui are way too prevalent, man.
Yep.
They are insane. So there are your stats for the end of May. Shiranui are definitely the uncontested champions. So that's the end of May. June starts tomorrow along with Battle Phase Monday. So we'll be sure to keep track of everything for you. So make sure you are here next week for the next power ranking videos. Thank you everyone for coming out this week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the video. Let us know what you think will be the most played deck in the coming week and in the coming month. We got a new box with new cards, all that. Let's see if any of that stuff makes an impact. But yeah, guys, thank you for coming. And check out our Twitch stream. If you're watching this tomorrow, then tune in for Battle Phase Friday. Because
that could be anything. It could be anything. It's always tomorrow when someone's watching it. If you're watching this on Monday. If you're watching this on Monday.
Yeah, if you're watching this on Monday, Battle Phase Monday should be going on right now. If you're watching this on Friday, Battle Phase Friday should be going on right now. So peace out, guys, and we'll see you later.
Laters.